Believe it or not, we included a security feature on the Pro Scratch 2. It allows you to lock out all the controls. So say you're in the DJ booth and you have to leave momentarily, and you want to make sure that nobody else comes up in the booth and messes with the settings or changes the pitch or plays with your effects. You can actually lock the unit out so that none of the functions or buttons work unless you know how to unlock it. This is how that goes. What I'm going to do is go ahead and hit play so you hear a track playing. I'll choose track 6. Now, in order to go in lockout mode, you simply hold down the parameter time knob for 1 second, and while you're holding it, hit the memory button. Once you do that, you'll notice that lock comes up in the display in the corner, letting me know it's in lockout mode. Now, the pitch control doesn't work, the play pause buttons don't work, the track skip buttons don't work, none of the flash buttons, loops, none of the features on here work at all. Everything is locked out. The only way to gain control over these buttons again is to repeat the process of holding down the parameter time knob for 1 second and pressing the memory button. And you see the lock disappears, and now my pitch control, my looping, and all my flash buttons and all the functions of the CD player work properly. A security feature. Who would ever thought of it? Now I'm going to show you some of the more advanced features on the Pro Scratch 2's sampler. It actually has separate volume and pitch controls that allow you to independently change the volume and pitch of the sample from the audio or CD audio that's coming out of the CD player. As you look down on the unit, we'll notice the parameter time and the parameter ratio. What happens is when we're in sample mode, which means that we press this button and the red light comes on, these serve as sample volume and sample pitch. And as I start to turn this knob, you'll notice SP comes up on my display for sample pitch and tells me how fast, +040, what percentage of pitch I'm speeding it up or slowing it down. If I turn the bottom knob, it comes up with SV for sample volume, and as I turn it, you'll see that it changes my sample volume, 10 being the loudest and 0 being the quietest. So I'm going to hit play on my track. So if you notice, track 6 on the CD is playing, but I'm going to go ahead and press sample so that my red light comes on, and hit flash to play the sample that was previously stored on flash mode. Now that sounds pretty good, but say I want the sample louder. All I have to do is change my sample volume. I want to actually turn it down some. So it's way in the background. If I hit my hold button, it'll now save that setting. If I don't hit the hold button, it will only save my new volume momentarily. So now that I have the hold button on, I'll find what volume I want it at. A little bit lower, about there. Press the button to save that as my new preset. Now I want to match the pitch. I'm going to take the top button to do that. And that's the pitch I want to play at. So I have separate volume and pitch control for my sample, independent of my pitch slider for my music, and my volume that will be on my mixer. Now, if you don't have a CD in the drive, and you enter into sample mode, it will not come up and say SV or SP for sample volume or sample pitch. But these knobs will change the pitch and the volume. You just won't see it in the display. It'll say no disc.